inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.
In this video, we're going to do a product review on the Oupes 1200 watt power station. This will be an honest review and a comparison with a power station I already have and paid my own money for, which is the EcoFlow River Pro with extended battery. In my communication emails, Oupes said that they are fine with this comparison. They felt confident in the performance of their product versus what I have. So why do you need a power station for overlanding? Well, you don't exactly need one, but it is going to improve the quality of life while you're outdoors on a multi-day trip. The best use case scenario that I can think of is you're going to use a power station to power a portable refrigerator. There's still plenty of people using a cooler and ice, but someone like myself, I just got sick of getting waterlogged food. I can't even count how many times I had a pack of cheese, steaks, chicken, a lot of food ruined because water would seep through and get through any kind of bag or container. I personally had a really good reason to purchase a power station. As I got older, gained weight, and later developed sleep apnea, I needed a power station so that I could continue my overlanding adventures. And since we're on the topic, if you're snoring at night, if you're waking up tired, if you're having trouble breathing, if you wake up gasping for breath, get yourself checked out for sleep apnea. I was in denial for so long, and finally the wife talked me into it, and I'm so glad that I got myself checked out, diagnosed, and now it's treated. And if you have sleep apnea, don't let it stop you from adventuring out. The advantage to overlanding is you get to take a lot of gear with you. It's like you're backpacking, but with a vehicle that could hold a bunch of gear. So don't let it stop you from living an outdoor active lifestyle. Next up, I want to give you some tips on purchasing the correct size of power station. Now, the size is going to be measured in watt hours. And when figuring out the size, you have to account for the degradation of the battery. So after so many cycles, it is going to drop to 80%. Some lower quality power stations will drop to 60%. But also from an overland mindset standpoint, you should be over-prepared. If you're running a portable refrigerator during the summertime for 3 days or so, then you're going to want to have at least 1,000 watt hour with the ability to recharge through your vehicle when it's on or through solar panels. So taking a look at this chart I made, when power stations first came out, a rule of thumb was a watt hour would cost you about $1. And nowadays, it's a little more cost effective. So you're definitely going to want to look for good deals. I was able to buy my EcoFlow River Pro with extended battery for $729. That's less than 50 cents a watt hour. The price for watt hour is not the only thing you should be looking at. Your power station should have two features that are very important, and that's pass-through charging, because you want to be able to charge through a 12-volt outlet while you drive, and a regulated 12-volt outlet. If you don't have one, it can mean the difference between having a device powered or not powered. And that's because as a power station loses juice, then the voltage also drops. When it's regulated, that output is always getting 12 volts. Thing's a little heavy, and that box is quite big. Here's the solar panels that they sent me. Let's check these things out. All right, power station, solar panels. I watched a video by Hobotech. That guy does good reviews, but I forgot how the thing looks like. All I remember was he said that this thing's kind of like, it looks like a Frankenstein of the Jackery the Blue Yeti, and the EcoFlow. He said
Okay.
this thing has the EcoFlow display.
Okay.
But there's some other things about it, like he mentioned the housing looks like Jackery. All right, take a look at the box. It's in Chinese. Oupes. And then the adapter. Nice looking adapter. It looks high quality. Alright, so someone's gonna win the giveaway and then the box is gonna be all ripped up and dirt on the foam. Thing's massive.
What size is this one?
It says 992 watt hour.
Okay, so it's 1,000 basically.
Yeah. So the EcoFlow I have here is 720.
Okay.
I feel like it's a much smaller form factor.
Yeah.
So I spent a solid week testing out the Oupes power station, and it's a good thing I have the EcoFlow River because I could, kind of draw comparisons. First of all, the EcoFlow is a much smaller form factor, but then at the same time, it uses different batteries. The Oupes uses the really well-received Life PO4 batteries, the same ones that are in the Blue Yeti. These batteries are supposed to last 5 to 6 times longer than other batteries that are in the EcoFlow. The next thing is output. According to Oupes, it could output up to 1,200 watts. My EcoFlow outputs 600, and then it has this boost mode that's supposed to take it up to 1,800. Now, I've tested that boost mode, and I tried using it on a 900 watt microwave. The EcoFlow was outputting 600 watts. It didn't seem like the boost mode was working at all. And in their literature, it does say that only some appliances could take advantage of this boost mode. With the Oupes unit, I tested it on my air fryer, and it was outputting, as you can see here. Let's wait for it. It's getting, so it's outputting 1180 watts. And so this power station is rated for 1200. So that's a screensaver. Let me go press it again. And so it's going. It says that, battery's at 37%. And it's saying that it's enough to last 28 minutes. I had no idea that my air fryer used up that much juice. The air fryer does have a preheat duration, and after that, I forgot what it was, like 5 minutes or so. It's 16 minutes to go, and the capacity has dropped down to 23%. After about 8 minutes of running, something weird happened. The output watts went down to 35. Not sure why it did that. I was kind of thinking maybe the air fryer has got to the heat that it needed to get to, and now it's not using as much watts. But moments later, and this happens. So it did an automatic shut off. I was able to turn it off and then turn it back on, and then it seemed normal again. So just like many things in life, you don't want to push the limits. Like, for example, my Honda Passport, it could tow 5,000 pounds. Should I be towing 5,000 pounds all the time? I wouldn't.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee?
So the panel down here is covered by shadows. It's one of the reasons why it's inputting such a low number. It's inputting 8 now. My EcoFlow, I'll tell you all, is inputting... EcoFlow is inputting 7.
Oh, okay. And that's rooftop panel?
Yeah.
So it's not getting constant.
That's a nice thing about kind of a satellite solar panel, right? There we go. See that now?
37.
Oh, that's quite a difference.
That's
Okay.
huge. 46.
And it's pretty late in the day, right?
Yeah.
It's probably 5 o'clock by now.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
The last thing to talk about to close out this episode is charging times. So the Oupes charges at 185 watts per hour. That's going to take about 5 hours to go from 0 to 100. My 1440 watt hours of my EcoFlow Pro River with extended battery charges at 600 watts per hour, which means that it'll just take over 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100. So the fast charging of the EcoFlow would be the single thing that makes it superior to the Oupes, but everything else the Oupes seems to just do better. One thing that's more preference would be the EcoFlow having the extended battery and the smaller form factor. It just might fit better in certain overland builds, but if you're using this just as a pure power station, the Oupes is going to be a better unit. This is an honest review. I'm not paid by Oupes, and I don't benefit from any sales, so it doesn't matter to me if you purchase this product or not. So with all that said, now I have 2 power stations, and which one am I going to choose? Well, because I have everything set up with the EcoFlow, I'm going to stick with it. One of the reasons why I accepted this product review was, well, I knew it was going to be a good product. And I also had this idea that I could possibly pass this on to somebody else. So I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I'll just open this up to my YouTube channel supporters, so anyone that comments would be able to enter themselves, and then people that are signed up on my Patreon and are a YouTube channel member, that would be an additional entry. So yeah, that's the plan. There's going to be other products that I've agreed to review, so you will be seeing more reviews. So I hope you guys appreciate these. They are meant to be informational.